Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Now in this video we're going to be taking a look at the closed beta build of Rennsport. Now Rennsport's been in development for quite a while now. I've taken a look at it twice previously on my channel, the most recently 3-4 months ago, and I'm keen to see if Rennsport has moved on as a simulator in that time. Now obviously there's been loads and loads of hype surrounding Rennsport. All of the top esports drivers from all around the world are competing on Rennsport on the ESL R1. Most recently at the Rennsport Summit in Munich. Now I was invited to that event, but unfortunately had other commitments, so I couldn't attend. So this is the first time I'm getting a chance to try this build. Now this isn't a sponsored video, by the way. I've got no affiliation with Rennsport. They've just been kind enough to supply me with early access. And as always, I'm going to be shooting from the hip, telling you exactly what I think. Now, on the face of it, looking from afar, it would appear that Rennsport has evolved and progressed. There has been an announcement that it will support mods. Now, there's been a showcase of various different mods with what appears to be real-world roads, but no mention of modded cars, although the Praga R1 is now on Rennsport, but not in the build that we've got. On the build that we've got, we've still got the 4 GT3s. We've got the Mercedes AMG, we've got the BMW M4, we've got the Audi R8, and we've got the Porsche 911. And there's 4 tracks now on Rennsport that I can try. We've got Hockenheim, we've got the Nürburgring Grand Prix, we've got Spa, but now we've got Monza. But a simulator can have as many mods as it likes. If it doesn't drive right, I'm not interested. But there is one thing that I've discovered today that's got me really excited. So enough talking. Let's head to Monza. So, Porsche 911 GT3 at Monza. Now, this track wasn't available the last time I tried Rennsport. It was about 3 months ago now. And I'm keen to see if it's moved on. I'm sure it has, but I'm keen to see if it's moved on. So, Monza looks pretty good. I'm on a single screen. There's no triple screen support that I can see. If you noticed on the ESL R1 event in Munich and previously, all the simulators have had ultra-wides, which will be fine, but it does span across 3 screens, but it's stretched, so I'm on a single screen. You can see the performance at the top there, just over 100 frames a second, and immediately I can tell it does perform better. It's smoother. The last time I tried it, I had to limit my in-game frames per second to 60 to get a decent experience. It just wasn't smooth at all for whatever reason. Now, yeah, it's pretty smooth. 100 frames a second. Feels like 100 frames a second. Feels good. Now, a couple of my other gripes the last time I tried it, well, not gripes, just my observations really, were the curbs. They kind of dragged you into them a little bit too much. You know, when you were driving in a straight line up a curb, it pulled you, off the track. It didn't do that there. Another thing with the curbs was the curb sound. There was a little delay from going on the curb to hearing the sound, and that, I think that's still there, I think. I mean, that could just be my setup. I'm interested to watch some other footage and see if it's actually present on theirs or if I can see it. But to me there's like a slight delay, so that's still there. Although the curbs, from initial impressions there, feel good. Yep. Yep, feel good. Curbs feel good. Much better. I mean, I've not attacked them in anger. Sound-wise, the Porsche sounds alright. Porsche sounds good. The force feedback's really good though. Yeah, going over that curb there. That feels good. Yeah, the force feedback feels really good. Right, let's get on the brakes and see if my biggest concern really is still there. Yeah, it's still there. The last 20 or 30 metres of braking seems quite artificial. The car stops much quicker than you would expect it to. And it's not like that on any other simulator. Rennsport might have it right, everybody else might have it wrong. Just there, just there. And people mentioned in the comments on the last video that that's what will happen in real life. As the car slows, then, you know, it will come to an abrupt stop. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying that. I don't know if I'm buying that. It's not, doesn't feel natural. That last 20, 30 metres, it just seems a little bit artificial. But we'll give it another couple of laps and we'll try it a little bit more. I tell you what though, it does drive well. It does drive well. I mean, this is going to be, I guess, a competitor to ACC. And it drives much better than ACC. Like, right now, it drives much better than ACC. I'm saying it's a competitor to ACC because visuals and things like that and what it promises to be. Well, right now it's just GT3s, isn't it, on the esports events. But it drives really well. It does drive good. Try and get a flying lap in, see what it actually feels like when you're pushing. Yeah, there was no way I was making that corner on any other simulator. Absolutely no way. So it does slide. It does slide. It is quite controllable when you slide. Curbs feel really good actually. The way the car goes over the curbs feels really good. Yeah, you can feel the rear end starting to move there a bit. Porsche feels really good around Monza. So what was that? A 149.7. Right, let's try a different car and track. I might just be getting excited because it's a new track. Right, Spa in the Audi. So frames per second, we're getting well over 100, 120-ish frames per second. We've got everything on Epic, so I can't turn the graphics up anymore. And it does look spectacular though, doesn't it? It does look pretty darn good. So this is the new version of Spa with the new grandstand at the top of Radeon. See what the performance is like. Silky smooth. Yeah, feels like 100 frames a second. Yeah. Feels pretty good. If I release the... I find it difficult, you know. I'm trying to get over that, you know, the last phase of braking thing, you know, where it feels like it stops a little bit too rapidly. And it could just be me. I think it might just be me. I don't know. I can't imagine that they would overlook that. And if that was there, you know, if it was doing that, then I'm pretty sure somebody from the development team would have seen that. So I'm going to assume that it might just be me. It might just be my issue. I might just need a bit more time on the simulator just to get used to it. I don't know. I just seem to be able to brake much later here than I can on any other sim. Oh god. I'll try and brake oh, tyres are still cold. I'll try and brake really late going into the final chicane. And then I'll show you something which has actually blown me away with Rennsport, and I didn't know it was a thing. Right, let's try and brake really late. See? It's not just me. There's no way that you would get that stop there on any other simulator. It's not just me. Right, one thing I've discovered about Rennsport is you can flat spot your tyres. I didn't know you could. So if you look down at the bottom, the where it says VRS underneath there, I'm going to turn the ABS down to 0. Right, I'm going to... Well, I won't flat spot the tyres yet. Just have a look at the force feedback meter going down the straight. So it is moving. A little bit of detail there. But as we pick up speed, as if we're going in a straight line, it's fine. Right. Let's lock these tyres up. And we'll try and flat spot them. Right, so hard on the brakes. You can hear the tyres screeching there. Right, have a look now. Yeah, a bit of vibration through the wheel. You can see the force feedback meter a little bit more active than it was. Just keep an eye on it. We'll turn the ABS back up just so I don't make the problem worse. It was on 5, wasn't it? You can see the force feedback meter there now. So I didn't know that you could flat spot your tyres, which is good. It's good. It adds another layer of realism. But look at the force feedback meter now. That's because I've flat spotted my tyres. Now, we know when you flat spot a tyre that the car's more likely to flat spot at the same place again. See if it gets any worse. Yeah, look at the force feedback meter now. I'm going to turn this ABS back up. Yeah, look at it. Holy moly, look at that. I don't know if you can see it. My wheel there. Oh my word, the vibrations are crazy. Yeah, so you don't want to flat spot your tyres. It's vibrating the mouse off my rig. Crikey. Yeah. So flat spots are obviously a thing. Spark looks good, it's performing well. It's still got that little weird braking thing that I thought for a second was just me. But there's no way we're going to get it stopped into that final chicane like we did a couple of laps ago. And flat spots, I like. So we've tried the latest build. What do I think? Well, firstly, we'll talk about performance. It seems to perform better than it did. I'm still on the same system that I was on the last time I tried it. Admittedly, I have had a fresh install of Windows in the interim period, so that might have contributed to my poor performance last time. But 100 frames per second now in Rennsport feels like 100 frames per second. Visually, I think it looks great, although it's probably the Unreal Engine that makes things look a little bit fuzzy, but it does look pretty realistic. My previous issue, or one of my previous issues with the curbs, that seems to have been fixed. The curbs feel absolutely fine in Rennsport now. They don't drag you in like they did before, and you can attack them as you would think you can attack them. The car behaves naturally as you go over the curbs. Curbs are brilliant. Sound seems a bit better, although there just seemed to be a little bit of a delay between the sound being transmitted to you when you go over the curbs. There seems to be a very, very small delay, which was present last time. And the braking, well, I think that's still there. I'm kind of thinking it might be me, but there's occasions when I think, no, definitely I wouldn't get that stopped in that short gap on any other simulator, but the car just seems to stop on the last 20 or 30 meters a little bit too suddenly. And the thing that I discovered today was flat spots. Any simulator which simulates flat spots tells me that they've got a pretty decent tyre model. And trust me, you don't want to get a flat spot on Rennsport because it is horrible. And I mean that in a good way. The rest of your race wouldn't be a pleasant one. So overall, I think Rennsport has progressed massively in the 3 months. The cars handle really nicely. They feel that they've got some weight. It feels like you're actually driving a car. It doesn't feel floaty. Cars feel like they're in contact with the road surface. I'm really impressed with how it's moved on in the 3 months. Now, I know it's difficult for people to get excited about Rennsport when only esports drivers are driving it. And I'm a sim racer, and probably like the majority of people out there, I couldn't give two hoots about esports, especially if I haven't tried the simulator that they're driving. At least when it's on iRacing or ACC or R-Factor, we can relate. We know what those cars are like to drive, and we can understand the effort that they're putting in. On Rennsport, however, the majority of you guys watching this have never touched Rennsport at all, so you've got no idea how it feels. So until this build gets rolled out to everybody else, I think it's going to be difficult for people to get too excited. Don't get me wrong, there's a place for esports, and apparently the atmosphere in Munich at the ESL R1 was electric, but for the reasons I've stated, us normal sim racers, well, I think we find it hard to get excited about something that we've never actually had chance to try. So the quicker Rennsport get this beta out there for people to try, the better. But let me know what you think down below in the comments. What do you think about the modded support? Do you think that's a good thing? Well, I do, having driven Rennsport now, and with the introduction of the Praga R1, would suggest to me that it's not going to be just a GT3 simulator, which was one of my biggest fears the last time I tried it. But let me know down below in the comments what you think. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great week. See you later. Cheers.